Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here in Las Vegas, and I'm talking with Kelly Messina, who's the Senior Director, Leisure Sales for the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. And the odd thing about this is that Kelly and I are both in the same hotel, and we're actually going by Zoom because we had some technical issues where we couldn't do a live interview downstairs, but Zoom is the way to go these days. And we wanted to find out about what's going on in Las Vegas. And there's a couple other great things coming up for Las Vegas that Kelly wants to tell you all about. And we're going to find out all about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Kelly, first of all, how are you? And we know you're here. You're in a room in the Wynn right now. And the reason why you're here, tell us a little about the reason, because we're here as part of a Travel Advisor fam trip, right?
Exactly. We had put this FAM in motion, a few months ago to be in concert with the Cruise Planners Conference that was supposed to take place here in Las Vegas. But like all the other conferences, as everyone well knows, that did end up going virtual. But the folks who were planning to stay on a few days extra for the post-FAM said, we have our flights, we have the rooms, let's just do it. So the entire group of, I think we're at 18 travel advisors, plus yourself, are here in Vegas, and we're going to take them all around town.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, and I'm going to meet them all downstairs in a little while, and we're going to go off and have a night in Vegas, and then we'll have a full day in Vegas. You're going to tire us all out of as much as we can get. And we're here at the Wynn, which actually, I got here late last night, and it was a little empty, but it's filling in now. People are at the tables. There are no shows, and the restaurants are open. But it's, people are out at the pools, and it's fascinating to watch. Now, so that's all good news in terms of that. But tell us a little bit about how Vegas is coming back, and there's a lot more coming out and new stuff all the time, right?
Yeah, I think the last time we spoke, we were just about to reopen, and so much has happened since June. Many of the hotels opened way ahead of schedule. We were just talking about today that, for example, Mandalay Bay and the Mirage were not actually planned to open based on what we thought would happen until January of 2021. And here we are in August, or September, I guess now, of 2020 with just about every hotel in Las Vegas open. We have approximately 130,000 hotel rooms open right now as we speak. So that was a big surprise and a big change in a pleasant way. The occupancies are doing fairly well. We are all leisure. It's all about domestic leisure and a little bit of international. And that's what's happening. And the hotels are just being very creative, because when you're not in meetings all day, which is another portion of our business, you have those people tied up in meetings, that's not happening. So we need to provide entertainment options. So there's been a lot of new things that have opened in the last few months, surprisingly, to have new things come on board, not just the things that we've always had in the past.
No, that's great news, and we're looking forward to some of the activities you're going to show us during this FAM trip. I really have been impressed at how much there is still to do, and you can go shopping. There's all kinds of things you can do. And I spent the morning going over and talking to a brand new resort that will reopen in a year, next summer, which is the Resorts World, which is interesting. And we'll have more on that later on Insider Travel Report. And I'm staying here at the Wynn, which is lovely, and a lot of new stuff here at the Wynn that they put in. And then, of course, the crisis hit, and not a lot of people have had a chance to enjoy it yet, and now they can.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned shopping, and that's something we've really been focusing on promoting, and you'll see more coming out through our social media on that. Well, I didn't realize this until I was speaking with some of our shopping center partners. Shopping is not open in many places throughout the United States. You literally cannot even go to the shopping mall. And I didn't even think about that, but our shopping malls are fully open. 95% of the tenants are operating. And in addition, our shopping centers are actually more like entertainment districts. And as I mentioned, we have some new things open. One of those things is the Camu Ultra Karaoke. And it's Korean-style karaoke with private rooms. It's a lot of fun. You can have a room for 6 people all the way up to 40. You can sing songs, you can have wonderful Korean dishes, and of course, just to have a great time. And it's family friendly during the day, after 21 and over after 8 p.m. So it's one of those, just a great thing that has opened since March.
Yeah, and then there are a lot of other things. There's something called Area 15, which I knew nothing about until recently, that's
Yeah.
opening, which is kind of a new entertainment complex that's going to be a lot of different activities, games, all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy things that are going to happen there, and that's opening on September 17th.
Yeah, and if you're an art enthusiast, they're going to have a Meow Wolf exhibition there. So that is something that's apparently very popular in New Mexico. And if you're into art, you'll know what that is. I'm still learning about it, but I'm anxious to see it on September 17th as well.
Well, as you said, there's a lot going on here, and one of the ways that you're going to showcase that, and it's actually the reason we're really talking here, is that you're going to have the only Las Vegas virtual expo coming up. Really on this next week, actually.
Yes.
When this comes out, it'll be next week. I think it's Wednesday, September 9th. Tell us a little bit about that virtual expo and how it works.
Great. Well, our good friends over at TravPro formed a secondary company called Expo Pro, and they are building out the platform for us. It's a completely online trade show floor with virtual booths. We did do the same format through the All-American Roadshow, so maybe if some of the listeners did attend that, they'll know exactly what it's about. But they approached us to do an Only Vegas expo. And I said, well, that's perfect because that's our new tagline, Only Vegas. So it made perfect sense. And we're calling it the hashtag Only Vegas Virtual Expo. And we'll have, 20 or 22 of our hotel, attraction, and airline partners are participating. So you have a chance to see some of their collateral, videos, images, and engage with them in that way, but also chat with them. And that's something that I know we've all been dying to do. We just want to get back in touch with each other and have those conversations. So they'll be ready to do the virtual chat on the keyboard, and it's just a great new format. Hopefully it doesn't stay around forever. We definitely want to get back face to face.
Yeah, well, that could be a challenge with, that's the one thing that's still missing here. Although you did tell me today that there are a few meetings coming in,
Yes.
but certainly not at the level that we're used to here in Las Vegas, where everybody has a convention center, and in fact, I think if I look over here, I can see a huge new convention facility coming up. But there's so much going on here in the meeting space, but right now, aside from some smaller meetings, there's not much.
Yeah, we're making do. We're using breakout sessions, pre-recorded question and answer sessions. We have one that's going to be focusing on Resorts World, as you mentioned, the new resort being built right now. I think if I look out the window, I might be able to see it somewhere off in the distance. But yeah, they'll have a good 15, 20-minute discussion about what they're offering. We also have a second panel on the expo with our hotel partners, talking about what's new with them. And then also our attractions will be featured, some new ones and some interesting ones, Zero Gravity, and of course our old friends at Maverick will be online, and the shopping centers. So that it's not just go in and grab collateral and chat with people. You're going to have these 3 training sessions as well.
So you can find out about all the new attractions and upcoming hotels and all kinds of things that that you can find out in Vegas. Now, how do travel advisors access this show? How can they get to it?
Well, one of the ways, I'm trying to think if we're going to be able to share the link. I don't know how that works on an interview, but there is a registration link that I can share out. If we're not able to, they can always email me.
They will, at this point, they're going to see that link right below you, as long as you give it to me. I
will.
And so take a look at that link right below, Kelly, and that's the link you want to get to. Yeah,
simple. Just click it, and you're registered. There's no charge. It's completely free, and no travel costs. So you just sit at your comfort of your desk, and you log in on the day, which, as you said, was Wednesday, September 9th, and it runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so 10 a.m., which is, God, I'm getting so time zone dependent now. So 1 p.m. Eastern Time is when you would go in for, how long? It's 3 hours? 4 hours. 4 hours. Until 2 p.m. or 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And we have a special comedic performance as well as a welcome message from our mayor, Carolyn Goodman. That's great. No, that's great. So there's a lot going on. So September 9th, if you want to check out what's going on in Vegas, go to the only virtual Vegas Expo. Anything else that travel advisors need to know about Las Vegas today and what they should be doing to sell it? Well, the main thing that I can say is that Las Vegas, as we know, is usually the destination that leads us out of any kind of a crisis when we have them. And it's certainly holding true now. We were the busiest airport in the country the last several weeks in a row. So it's a telling story that people want to come to Vegas. There's a lot to do. The hotel rates are amazing. It's definitely something that if you're not used to booking Las Vegas, that maybe it's a great time for you to start learning about it by coming to our expo.
Great advice, and I'm sure a lot of people will be a lot of our viewers will be getting to your expo. And again, Vegas is open for business, as they say, and open for travel, for leisure as well as eventually business travel. So we're glad to see that. It's great to see things coming back. We get so much gloom and doom these days in terms of other destinations. No cruise ships, sailing. People are having issues getting around the country because of different quarantines and everything else. Last I looked, you guys don't have a quarantine as far as I know. Thank goodness, because otherwise I'd have to stay here for another 14 days.
Did I forget?
That's right. Anyway, Kelly, great to see you again. And again, thanks for filling us in. And next time we will do it live.
Yes. Well, I'll see you down in the lobby in just a few hours. How about that?
Okay, this is weird in our Zoom age. Anyway, again, thanks very much. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.